Welcome to the Madlab MMA. We're back, baby. Fights are back on Saturday. I'm so excited. More excited. My wife's going to be gone with the kids to the fucking air show. Me and Madlab going to settle down on my lazy boy and on the couch, getting ready. I can't wait.
I slept on that thing.
Thing's tremendous, right?
Not to sleep on.
Why, your neck?
Yeah.
It's fucking comfortable.
Because when it goes back like really far.
Yep.
But the head doesn't come up with it.
Yeah, it does.
It does, but it comes up in a weird way. But it's comfortable as shit. I laid in it all weekend.
I love it, bro.
Your couch, though, you cannot sleep on that fucking thing.
Why?
That's not a comfortable couch.
I sleep right on it.
No way, dude.
The other couch was more comfortable, right? The first
Oh,
one
my
I had.
God. Bro, when I first came out here, you remember when I was by you for like a week?
I know. My wife, it was too big, and my wife wanted more of a modern-looking couch. That's why I got the lazy boy.
Dude, you know what it's like? You ever go to like a court, like a town building where they got those like white cement fucking steps? That's what it's
like.
That's what it's like laying on that fucking couch, dude.
Here's the worst part. The old couch we had, big fucking huge fucking U with the chase, everything.
Bro, it was
$1,200. Crate and Barrel CB2 couch, modern, $4,800.
Bro, this couch that he had before this, when I first came to California,
it was the best.
They went to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So I stayed there for like 10 days, bro. Dude, I wouldn't even sleep in a bed. I slept
better
on
than a bed.
Couch. Better than a bed.
I know.
I love good couches.
This fucking thing, I felt like I was waking up on the middle of fucking
I hate to say, but the cheaper
street.
couches are always the more comfortable than the expensive couches.
They are.
All right, listen, if your first time coming on the show, hit that fucking subscribe button, comment, like the video, smash the like button, please. We want to hear from you. No matter who you are, comment. If you guys don't know who we are, we're from the Madlab, MMA.com, the #1 UFC and MMA wagering and DFS advice and all-around knowledge of MMA. No one knows more about MMA and UFC than Mike the Madlab Bayarado here, and that's why we get paid from people to give them the advice. Come check us out. We're also doing football this year. We have our group, our NFL Currency Cartel. We're all just huge football fans.
Dun, dun, dun.
Madlab's on a heater right now. I think so far, 3 weeks in. What's your wagering record?
Was it 11-4?
11-4.
Up 8 units.
Up 8 units.
And they're all 1 unit bets. I don't go the fucking max bet 50 units. No, I do
they're
one
all
units on
bets.
Everything.
I'm on the other side. I'm 8-12. I'm down about 4 units, but I will be making my comeback this week.
Quan, you're up. You're up. What, 5?
Quan's up.
I think so.
I think he's 5.
I'm 4-2. I know that.
4-2.
Yeah,
and
he's up 5 units.
He's
I think.
up 3 or 4 units, something like that.
So we're doing very good. I went 4-0
on Monday night.
On Monday night,
touchdowns, anytime touchdown.
I had a CD Lamb.
That was a nice one.
Plus 170.
I know.
I had Ezekiel Elliott plus 140. I had CD Lamb over 60.5 yards, and I had
another anytime touchdown. You had, didn't you? Was it Barkley?
At Barkley, anytime touchdown, plus 105. So yeah, I hit 3 plus monies. God bless you, and 1 small swing. So
swept the bets, baby. And then also StatHero. So StatHero gave us an NFL play. They gave us a fucking layup. A layup of all layups.
And they're doing it again.
I let everybody know. I don't know why more guys didn't play. They gave us a layup. 10-1 odds on a very weak lineup to beat. The lineup was Russell Wilson, Javonte Williams, and Matthew Stafford, Javonte Williams, and I forgot who the third was, but it was nobody like, it was easy, dude.
I'm telling you right now,
I beat it by
bro.
like 40 points, and it was, but now they did a max bet $20. They didn't get slaughtered.
But it's 20
I
to
won
get a guaranteed
$200.
It's $20.
$20 with $200. My kid could have set a lineup to beat that fucking lineup.
People are stubborn. It's all there is to it. I mean, it's almost like if you walk into a fucking street and somebody says, "Here's $200, take it." You're not going to take it.
It
like, "Thank
literally
you."
was free.
It was
money.
free. You know. So we're going to be doing it again. If you guys don't like money, then be stubborn and do whatever the fuck you want to do. I really don't give a shit.
The guy Jason called me up the thing. He's like, "Yeah, we got entries, but I'm surprised there weren't more because I gave you guys a layup." I'm like, I know you did. I'm trying to see. Here we go. It was Stafford. Can I see it? You know what's weird is I can't see it on the app. Like,
so
who it was. It was easy.
I've been fucking crushing StatHero. I crushed him again on Monday Night Football.
You've been crushing.
I took him for another like 2 and change.
Yeah, no, you've been doing.
And
really
they
good.
give you all different odds. They give you even money odds, which means that it's easier. I mean, it's easier for you to set the lineups and go against them. They'll give you 3-1, 4-1. Fucking the one he's talking about is 10-1.
Here it was Stafford, Javonte Williams, and Christian Kirk.
Yeah, so you had everyone else in the league to fucking throw in,
Yeah.
and they're giving you 10-1 odds, and you guys are fucking stubborn.
I plugged Hurts, Dalvin Cook, and Jamar Chase, and I crushed them from 63 to 40. It was so easy.
It's crazy.
Ridiculous.
And even the ones that they don't do, there's such a fucking edge there.
Yeah.
There's such an edge. I'm not saying this just to say, because listen, the game is as new to you as it is to me.
I think this is the best alternative game
To DraftKings
outside of
and FanDuel.
DraftKings.
100%.
I think it's way better than Thrive, Prize Picks, the other one we did, Monkey Knife Fight. This format, even the app it's nice. It's easy.
They got 3 different games to choose from. They got tournaments. They got head-to-heads. They got pick'ems. I mean, it's just. I listen. Like I said, it's not like I had an edge on this for a year before this came out. When it came out,
right.
For you, it came out for me. There's an edge there. I've been crushing them. You know what I mean? Like literally Monday night, I set a fucking lineup. I took them for over 200 in one lineup. Done. And it was like a 3-1 odds.
I love it. It's
You
great.
know,
I'm going to
so-
start playing it all the fucking time.
They do a showdown. It's like a showdown mode. They give you the captain spot. They give you a couple flex spots.
2 flexes.
Yeah, so we're doing some good stuff over football. We got Showdown who's doing. I got to be honest with you.
Be real quick for StatHero though. If you want to sign up, you go over there, put in the promo code Madlab or Madlabs, I think with an S, all capitals, and you'll get a 100% match on your whatever deposit you do there for the first time. You'll be tagged to us, and then you'll be able to enter our Madlab contest that we do, which is like Beat the Madlab. So sign up, try the platform. I'm telling you, and they're good guys. We talk to them all the time. They're great guys. The CEO's a fucking solid guy, but the platform's great, man. If it was shitty, even if the guy was a nice guy, I wouldn't give a fuck. It's not. It's a good fucking platform.
Yeah, and you know what
It
the
really
crazy thing is? This wasn't our idea.
It was their idea.
Their idea to do this multiple weeks in a row. You know, they want people to win. They want people to come in. So, did you give them the promo code?
Yeah, Madlab.
Yeah. So we're doing some really good things with football. We got some really good people on board. But I got to bring one thing up, dude. And it's not because it's her, but I honestly would put her. And this ain't no bullshit. I'm being serious with you guys. I would put Christine against any fucking analyst in Showdown slates.
Let's go.
Yeah, she is
Bro,
tremendous.
I'm not saying that just to say it. And I know she's probably watching this, and I'm not doing this because you're on our team. I would put her against any tout or analyst when it came to a Showdown slate. She crushed it again.
Christine, you're a beautiful statistical monster.
Dude, 60, bro, she threw in like 60, last minute too, because I was on the phone with her.
Yeah.
And she's like, I got to set lineups. And,
crushed
she
it on
was
Monday.
like tilting a little bit. Because she was like, and she's all about numbers, bro. She's all about fucking
I
numbers.
was in here when you were talking
No,
to her.
I was at home talking to her again.
Oh, again? Before,
Yeah, I was on the
before
way
you left
home.
here,
We're
we were
always
trying
on
to
the
figure
phone,
out
yeah.
if you should put, what's his face in Slayton for 200.
Yeah.
He might not get a target.
Yeah, she was talking to me. She was talking to me when I was here. Then we talked on the phone on the way home. Then we talked when I got to my apartment. Like, she's like really ultimately concerned, bro.
Yeah.
Like she literally takes that serious, bro.
Well, that's great.
I love it, but I'm saying
passion
she
behind
took
it.
$60 in like a lineup like this
And turned it into
And
like
turned
4
it
Gs, was it?
almost 5,000.
Almost $5,000. She
I need to
murdered
start
it.
Taylor Showdown.
Dude, I
Bro,
would.
Showdown
I'm
knows
not
her
lying to you
fucking-
guys. And like I said, you guys do what you want.
Her
You can-
nickname's there for a fucking
You
reason,
can follow
Juan.
who you want. But
Here-
when I tell you that I will put her against anybody on a Showdown slate, I will put her against anybody in a Showdown slate and put my money up for her.
3,900 first place in the one contest. Dude, 2,700 in the other contest.
$15 single entries, by the way.
She
And the only reason why
crushed
she
it.
didn't take the whole thing down was because she tied with like 30 people, dude.
She crushed it. Good job, Showdown. You're the fucking best.
So, okay. All right, let's get to. So, we got some. Did you go through all the fucking cockeyed bullshit?
Yeah, I want to mention something, you two guys. Okay, last week, that no one's beating Buffalo this year, and I said no one's going undefeated ever.
I didn't say that no one's beating them. I said nobody's beating them. I'm saying they're going to go all the way in for the AFC.
You guys talked
I didn't
about-
say they were undefeated.
Juan.
Did we say that Buffalo was going to go undefeated this year?
No one's beating Buffalo. Who said
No
it?
one's beating Buffalo.
Remember?
Like,
I don't recall.
Yeah, bullshit.
I don't
Both
recall.
you
No,
guys.
I said nobody's beating Buffalo as far as nobody's going to take the AFC crown from them. They're going from the AFC. That's what I meant.
Listen, dude.
You know how
Can
hard it
neither
is to go
confirm
undefeated?
nor deny.
Yeah.
You're a fucking bullshitter.
Exactly.
I can't remember.
Hey, but let's just.
Did the word undefeated ever come from my
I
mouth?
produce 19 shows a week. I'm sorry if I missed one.
I just want to make a statement here, okay? Buffalo is the best team in the NFL, right? We probably all agree to that, right? All it takes is one good game planning, one good coordinator game planning, one good defensive game plan to whatever.
Nobody's beating them out of the AFC.
To confuse them. That's all it takes is that one playoff game when they're on the wrong side of it, and it happens every fucking year. How many times you see Green Bay?
How many times you see Green Bay? I remember this conversation now that we were talking about them being the best, but it's not every time we talk about a favorite winning. It's not always. It doesn't always happen.
The best team doesn't always win.
Did I ever say
The
undefeated?
best team doesn't always win.
When you say nobody's beating them, meaning no one's coming out of the AFC, they are going to be the team out of the AFC. And I'll fucking stamp a fucking...
I'm not confident in that.
You're crazy.
All it takes is one game. One game where Josh Allen throws an accidental pick.
not
One
happening.
defensive game plan where they run him or they throw him off with different looks. Like, that's all it takes. How many times we see Green Bay have amazing teams and they just fucking
He
choke?
reminds me of somebody that like going to a fucking restaurant and eat a cuisine he never had before, and he's got to know like the fucking chef's name. And let me look at the kitchen. Let me look at the kitchen.
Listen, I'm just saying.
I
Look
think-
what just happened.
I think if we're not talking extremes, Buffalo is probably Buffalo and the Eagles are probably the top two teams
Right now.
And there is they're vulnerable, and we saw it. I don't think we would say
Everyone's
this early.
vulnerable, dude.
No, but we're talking about the upper echelon of the NFL. The teams that are standing out right now is Philadelphia and Buffalo, and I don't think we'd see them lose this early on in the season, especially to Miami.
Philadelphia is playing over their head right now.
You know
I
what,
don't think
dude?
so.
I don't know. They
don't
have a
think
really
so.
good defense.
Hurts is coming down to earth soon, dude.
They have a really good fucking defense, bro, and a great offensive line.
No, they're good. I'm not saying they're bad, but I
I
think
hate to say it. I hate Philly, but hey, man.
you know what Philly is right now? Philly is the Cosmot Shemai of a fucking NFL.
No, they are not.
Yes, they are.
They have a well-built team.
So if he's not good,
Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown, Goddard. They have a
how
great
about my
offensive
call?
line.
How about my call on Devontae Smith this week?
That was a great call.
That was one of my
He
pivotal
was so
fucking.
due.
That was one of my pivotal DFS plays. I might even clip it, Quan, and send you the little blurb I wrote about Devontae Smith this week. I got
That's
some.
what I'm saying. How is Jamar Chase, not so overdue to
Well,
have
this is what I said, bro, to him. He said that to me in his office. Jamar Chase might be going through a little sophomore slump.
I don't know. He's too good.
I mean, it's too early yet to tell, but we've seen it before.
If he has 200 yards on Thursday, no one's going to bring that up ever again.
No,
Sophomore slump.
I think a part
If
of
you're
it,
7 games in,
you
and
can't
only-
say it's Burrow, dude.
he's under duress, man.
Yeah.
I think that's a big
Yeah, he's
part
getting
of it
hit a
too.
lot.
Yeah, he is getting hit a lot. Yeah, but why is Higgins having good games?
Why is Higgins having good games?
Yeah, he had a good game until.
He did. He actually would have had an even bigger game if he didn't get knocked out
That's
for
what
a
I'm
little
saying.
while.
He had what almost 100 yards in the first half.
Yeah, he was looking
All right,
great.
so why is
But here
Higgins-
we go because we have him on our team.
So why is Higgins having? What's the difference if he's under so much duress? Higgins is still getting the rock.
I don't know. I mean, I think Chase is going to have one of those breakout games. They're playing Thursday night, right? Isn't it Cincinnati, Miami? I think
That's
going
going to be a good fucking game, dude.
a good game.
I'll tell you, Miami's impressive, dude. A little bit.
They are.
They're playing over their
I
heads
hold my
too.
Comments. I still think everybody's still really high on two. I think he's gonna.
I'm not high on him at all. I'm saying the Dolphins.
Not everybody, but I still need to see him make more throws. Like, it's easy to throw the ball over the top to two of the fastest guys in the NFL, but seeing him actually make the throw, the intermediate throws, lead drives, it's a lot to see. To still, I still
don't
think
know,
the
man.
Birds are out.
I have faith in Tua. I like Tua. I like him.
See, that's him at the fucking restaurant that he goes to all the
I
time.
liked
He
him in
just sits
college.
down.
I like his
Waiter
demeanor.
comes up to him and says, "What do you want?" He's like, "I leave it to you. Give me what you think."
Kid's a winner. All right. Any other takeaways from the NFL after Week 3 besides Buffalo being?
I'm gonna just tell
Giants fucking finally showed why they stink.
Bro. Well, hold on a second. Let's retract the day before. How the fuck does Jimmy G step
let's
out of
talk
the
about
fucking
what
end
you
zone?
said.
What did I say?
Yes, thank
Let's
you,
talk
Quan.
about what you
What did I say?
said.
You know what I said to him? That night, the night that it happened, right afterwards, he's unreal, I go, Mike, this is exactly how Jimmy G 49ers team, this is how it goes. You know this. This is exactly how that game went, is the reason why they got rid of him. So when you said last week they might be better, they would have kept him as a starter if they thought they were going to be better keeping him. They knew.
Yo.
These are the kind of games that he does.
Dude, how does he step out of the end zone like that? I mean, come on, dude.
He's good enough to go to the playoffs. That's it.
What are you talking about? He took him to the Super Bowl.
Yeah, well.
Dude, how does he step out of the end zone like that? I mean,
I think I've seen a lot of things.
And then, bro, he doesn't care. The fucking guy's smiling
I
after.
don't think that's it.
No,
like, they make $1 million a game. Like, I don't give a shit about losing. Like,
he makes
$350,000
$350,000 a game if he wins.
If he wins.
$250,000 if he doesn't.
Yeah, so he's fine.
And his contract.
I think they're saying that Shanahan's like telling him what to do.
What do you mean?
As far as
Trying to
like
control him too
his
much?
reads, and he doesn't have freedom in the offense.
Well, that's
or the offense.
ridiculous.
I think,
When you're paying a guy that much fucking money, dude, you let him, command the offense to an extent.
think that's-
He's
There's
not
a
a
reason.
he's not a dumb guy, but he makes fucking mistakes, dude. He's not a good quarterback under duress. That I'll say.
Okay.
You give him a little bit of time in the pocket, like he does some nice things. He's a game manager. That's what he is. He's got a good arm. He can make plays. But if you put him under fucking duress, he has no idea where the fuck he is on the field.
That was terrible.
It was hard, bro. I literally almost fucking punched my hand through a fucking wall.
Yep.
I'd rather get blown out, dude. I'd rather be a Jets fan and get blown out.
Yeah, that was terrible.
that's extreme.
That was terrible.
No, bro, because at least in the second quarter, you just shut the fucking game off. You're done.
Oh, wow. You quitting on your team. That's crazy.
Well, if they're down 30-0, I'm going to watch the slaughter. Hey, so the Giants, if they would have won, though, they would have been the worst 3-0 team in NFL history.
In NFL history.
If they would have won, they would have been the worst
a Giants
3-0
fan.
team in NFL history.
Daniel
They're
Jones.
the worst 2-1 team I've ever seen.
They're so bad, bro.
They're worse than the Jets. The Jets beat them, dude. The Jets fucking.
I think so too.
I think the Jets destroy them. You want to
I
bet?
think the Jets have beat
no.
him.
Why
Zach
can't
Wilson's
they?
coming back. Maybe your boy
That's
Elijah
not
Moore
good.
could do
That's not
fucking
good.
something.
Well, I need him for Elijah Moore. Elijah Moore's not making me look good right now.
He's looking horrible, bro.
He's so pedestrian,
You've been
dude.
talking about him every day for
Five
fucking a
every
year.
game. It's the same thing. 5 receptions for 60 yards.
We'll see. I hope so, because we drafted him with the fucking 6th-round picks.
Yeah, and bro, he tells me all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Every day he's like, "Oh, bro, we got Ayuk on the bench."
All right, coming off the bye week, we're back in business here. Let's talk about Bo Nickal last night. I know what Mal's going to say already.
I'm tired
Here
of
we
it,
go.
bro. I'm tired of it. I'm tired. I'm tired.
of
What movie's that from? I'm tired of it, dude. This guy comes out. He's a phenomenal wrestler. Right? Comes out.
Minus 3,400.
He's got like
3,400 favorite.
4 or 5 minutes of cage time in his entire career. Now I knew this was going to happen. So he fights in the Contender Series, and the first time, and
Like 3 months ago.
he wins. Dana White doesn't give him a contract.
Wins, crushes the guy.
Crushes
Like
it.
a minute.
with good reason. I understand his philosophy behind it. People were on Twitter going, "Oh, what the fuck? Just give him the contract." First of all, he was signed already. You guys may not know that, but Bo Nickal was signed already. The reason why they kept him in the Contender Series for his second fight was to give him a little bit more cage time before they brought him into the big show. They gave him a little bit more cage time. It didn't work out for him because he finished the kid again in what?
52 seconds.
52 seconds. Okay, so they gave him another bum. So now people go on Twitter, and I didn't even want to go on Twitter last night because I was going to be fucking aggravated. You got touts, you got analysts, you got fucking MMA Twitter jumping on saying, forget giving this guy a nobody. Give him a title shot right out of the gate. This is what they're saying. Give him a title shot right out of the gate. Feed him, give him the Cosma. Are you guys out of your fucking mind?
Cosma.
Like, this guy has like 6 minutes in total fight time, bro. Total fight time. You don't know if this kid can take a punch. You don't know if this fucking kid. You have no idea what this kid is. He landed one shot. He was like lunging forward, and he hit the guy, and the guy kind of dropped. And now everyone thinks this guy's got this hellacious power, like he's this like freak of fucking like a force of nature. I'm just tired, bro. I'm tired of hearing all these fucking. And then our girl.
Showdown?
No. Who? Who do I hate?
Aspen.
Got cut.
Is it the best thing that could have happened?
Best thing that could have fucking happened. Where's all the fucking Aspen Ladd truthers? Everyone thought she was going to be a contender.
But why'd they cut her? Did she even fight? Did she fight last
She
week?
missed weight again.
Oh, she missed weight.
Yeah.
She didn't fight. That's it.
She missed weight again. So they cut her. We never have to talk about Aspen Ladd again. Here.
Aspen Ladd. All right, Bo Nickal though, but like.
I think he's going to be good.
All jokes aside.
But this is what they got to do with him. They have to give him 3 fights. They got to give him 2, not bums. They got to give him 2 maybe prospects. And then for his 3rd fight, give him a name. Maybe a name that's kind of on the way down a little bit, but give him a name. And then assess him from there, dude. Like, you can't.
They asked Dana White last night. I watched a press conference. They said, "So, are you going to give him a good stiff test in his first fight?" He's like, "No, he's going to come to the UFC and debut like any other
person.
Like any other prospect comes in and debuts, and he's going to work his way up."
Yeah, I mean, you guys forget. Like, look at things that happen with like fucking. Let's just look at specialties real quick, and then we'll get into the card. You got a guy like Marcelo Garcia, considered one of the greatest grapplers ever. He goes to MMA, he goes 0-1. Okay? You got Jordan Burrow, who's Jordan Burrow, Penn State wrestler, D1, national champion. The guy's a freak of nature with wrestling. He comes into PFL, he fights Chris Wade, who's a Division III wrestler. The kid might as well be wrestling for Bergen Community College.
Yep.
Chris Wade out-wrestles him in the cage. It's a completely different fucking animal. Like, you guys are taking because he's a good fucking wrestler and a good grappler or a really good striker that this guy's going to amount to anything. You have no idea. You got to see him in a war. You got to see him cut, and you got to see him respond to, like Jimmy G, like duress. You got to see.
You know what Dana said, too? He said, look, he's like, this ain't boxing. He's like, where we could walk guys through. He's like, if anybody's in the UFC, they're one of the best in the world. We don't sign guys.
I don't believe in that.
Well, I mean, look.
Look at Aspen Ladd.
I'm sure she had a pretty decorated amateur and circuit record.
Yeah, when you're fighting all people with losing records, I mean.
Well, look, anybody in the UFC is pretty tough.
Of course.
As opposed to boxing, where you could walk people through. Like you're not 1-8 and getting in the UFC. You could be 1-8 and be professional boxer.
Of course, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So these guys at least are viable opponents no matter what.
Yeah.
You're not getting a fucking bum.
But I mean, they're gauging this off 2 regional circuit guys that he walked through.
Yep.
You know.
Yep. Well, I'm excited to see him, but I think we have to temper expectations.
They won't though.
You know.
He'll be a minus fucking. He'll be like a minus probably like 900, minus 1,000.
I'll tell you what he is though. He's fucking marketable.
I don't think he's that great of a personality.
I think they're going to put a lot of marketing behind this
Of
guy.
course, if they love this
He
kid.
can make a lot of money, this kid, without even fighting big names.
If they didn't
just with the sponsorship.
If they didn't like him, they would have signed him after the first fight. Dana White is being very cautious.
Was he not the most decorated collegiate wrestler of all time?
Not of all time.
You sure?
In MMA right now, not of all time.
Maybe in MMA right now. I know he's done amazing things.
Yeah, no,
Penn
he's
State.
done. Yeah, but he's not of all time.
I know he's up there though. All right, last piece of news, MMA, which I don't believe Kevin Holland's really fucking retiring.
No.
You know?
No.
But Dana White did talk about that. He's like, I think, after you're a great striker and this keeps happening to you with Brunson and then Chimaev, and then he's like, it's probably very frustrating to know that your skill set on the ground is weak and it probably gets in your head. But he's only 30 years old, the kid.
Yeah, well, I think you're right. I think he's very.
He's an emotional kid.
I think he's emotional, and I think he realizes that he's got some holes in his game that he has to fix. It's really just his wrestling. Like
he's a great striker. He's got Chris striking on the field.
Yeah. Well, look what happened with what is it called? Look what happened with GSP. You remember that? When GSP bought Johnny Hendricks?
Hey, that's the fight he should have lost, right?
Should have lost. He lost. He clearly lost that fight.
Not according to the judges.
Well, Dana White, listen, for Dana White to come out on the panel after that fight and say, I don't know what the fuck the judges were watching. I love George St. Pierre, but he clearly lost that fight.
He did say that?
Yeah. And
See,
it was a split decision. He lost. Then. But if you saw after the fight, this is why Joe Rogan always said this. I don't believe in fighters giving interviews directly after the fight because they say emotional things. And he said, I'm going to take a little time and step away for a while. You remember when he said that? That's what he said, and he came back. He ended up coming back and fighting, Bisping years later. But he actually, he did stick to his thing. I'm going to take a little time.
GSP. All right. Anyway, before we start with the card breakdown here, don't forget to find us at madlabmma.com. If you want to come to the site, enter your email in, get on our email list. We're sending out emails all the time with tips and strategies and bets and advice, links to the show. Come in, Brixton. You guys come in. Come here.
Just come in.
Come in here. He ran away. It's a guy that works for me, Scott, our manager. His son is here. He's like a little 5-year-old maniac. He's a little sick, though. That's why he's here.
Yeah.
The MadLabMMA.com. If you guys don't know what we do, MadLab studies and rips film all week long. And then we do full analysis and breakdown of every single fight on the card. We have a whole separate section for a DFS strategy with different hedge weights, how many of each guy you should have in each lineup to hedge out and build proper lineup construction with different pricing and strategy. Then we have our weekly bets. We've been on fire. So the last 3 weeks,
MMA, we've been
crushing
literally on fire.
Yeah, so for 3 weeks straight, the last week we actually were down and broke and came back, and the 2 weeks before that we were up like 5 units and another 4 units. We've been on fire. Our unit shares are really high right now. We're on fire right now. Come check us out. Then we have our Discord.
We're at 107 units.
107 units, plus 107 units. And then we have an amazing community, a Discord community, all fight fans who love talking fights. And every Saturday night, we're all in Discord, almost like we're watching the fights together, just commenting, cheering, and having a good time. So if you're a UFC fan, you love watching MMA, you like making money, you like to dabble with wagers, or you like fucking around with DFS and DraftKings, you haven't tried MMA, you're at the right fucking place. So come to the site, come check us out, come try us out, all right? Now, start at the top. This fight, this is another one of Madlab's stables. All right? I don't think I've ever seen him pick against Mackenzie Dern. I'm just saying. All right, not that right, but rightfully so though, because she's like probably one of the most high level grapplers.
Actually, no, I think you're wrong.
When did you ever pick against Mackenzie Dern, bro? Mackenzie
Dern.
Dern.
Didn't I pick Marina Rodriguez against her?
Nope.
Are you sure?
You don't pick against Mackenzie Dern, bro.
I know.
Okay, it doesn't exist.
Well, wait till you see my analysis on this fight.
All right, and then she's fighting Yan Xiaonan. Is that how you say your last name?
Yeah, Yan Xiaonan.
This is actually a very tough test for Mackenzie Dern. Minus 225 is a little steep in my eyes for this because Yan is a little underrated here. I do think Dern's going to win the fight, but she's got 7 submissions to her record, but there is some holes in her game. She can be exposed. I do think she wins this fight. She's in great shape. I saw her the other day. She's been in great shape for her last probably the best shape for her last 3 or 4 fights. I think she wins this fight, but I think she's going to get a stiff test here from Yan.
Yeah, it's a good fight. I mean, when I first opened this up and I looked at, Yan Xiaonan's record, she
lost her last 2.
Right, but you look at the names. Well, she lost to Marina Rodriguez. She lost to Esparza, her last 2.
2 of the toughest.
Yeah. So, but when you look at her record and you like really go down her resume, I mean, I know she's 15-3, and you're like, oh well, who did she fight? Marina Rodriguez, Carlos Esparza, Claudia Gadelha, Karolina Kalakevich, Angela Hill, Kondo, Pieta, and Karan. But you look at those names and you're like, wow, this girl has fought like not an elite level. Some are elite and some are very, very good. She's fought no scrubs. There's a couple at the bottom, but you're supposed to when you come in. But then you look at them and you're like, okay, well, when did they fight these people? She fought Rodriguez, who's priming. Okay, she lost. She fought Esparza, and Esparza's just solid everywhere. Not a great striker, but we obviously know that she has the wrestling. Carlos Esparza finished her by strikes, which is very uncharacteristic of her. But she did get 3 takedowns in that fight. Then you looked at the Claudia Gadelha win, and you're like, wow, that's a big win for him. It's really not a huge win for her because ever since the fights with JJ, she has not been the same. Then you look at the KK win, and you're like, okay, well, she's on the way down, but she's also just a striker. You're not going to see KK grappling. So you're like, okay, well, that's a good matchup for a younger striker. Then you're looking at Angela Hill. You're looking at another one who doesn't grapple. Is she good? Yeah, but she's very inconsistent, and she's a striker with pillow hands. So when you look at those names, you're like, all right, yeah, they're all good names, but they fit her for the matchup. But she's tough. She's very, very tough. But if you go to Mackenzie Dern, what people don't understand about this girl is in the beginning of her career, does she have a good record in the UFC? Yeah, she's 7-2 in the UFC. Okay, but the problem with her is that she has not looked good in all her wins. So that's very deceiving. If you look at her record, even though she wins, there's such high hopes for her, and that's not her fault. It's everyone else's fault for putting this onus on her. But she's winning. She's maybe not winning in the spectacular fashion that you expect her to, because she's got 30 fucking gold medals internationally, an ADCC world champion, probably the only woman that you can ever. I mean, this is a girl who half the size of Gabby Garcia, who is in the IBJFF fucking international, the Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Hall of Fame. You know, she beat her. You know, so this is a girl who's got a pedigree behind her that is unmatched. So right away, everyone thinks, all right, well, she's got this pedigree behind her. She should be fucking finishing everyone. It's not the case. This is MMA. Her striking lacks, and in order to get your jiu-jitsu going, you need to have wrestling, and her wrestling lacks. Her striking is very cannoned, which means she comes out, she throws heavy hands, she tries to get you on your back foot, and then she'll try to change levels. But her wrestling isn't that good, so she does have problems getting to the ground. But if she gets you to the ground at a decent time frame in the round, she is going to fucking submit you.
Mike, I feel like a couple times we watched her. If she doesn't get you to the ground with the first couple takedown attempts,
it's tough.
And then she's taking very weird angles. She very poor takedown attempts. Like we've seen this a couple times from her.
Yeah.
If she don't have her way early, then it's like it's almost like you can see. Like it's so we could see from the TV when she's gonna go for a takedown. If we could see it, you know, whoever she's fighting against clearly sees it.
Yeah.
And it just. I don't know. It's just a weird.
It's
thing.
weird. They don't. Her wins, unless she like submits you, they don't look that good. I mean, you look at her against Torres. All right, she won. Rodriguez. Why did she lose? She couldn't get Rodriguez to the ground.
Couldn't get her to the ground.
And she cannot hang with Rodriguez on the feet. You know, Nunes, Jandiroba. Jandiroba really is a grappler at heart. You know what I mean? So, you know, she beat her. Marcos, a wrestler. You're not going to out-wrestle. You're not going to beat Mackenzie Dern on the ground. If you think you're going to take Mackenzie Dern to the ground, you're wrong. And win. It's just not going to fucking happen. So this is a fight where I honestly think that she's going to end up getting Xionan to the ground. I think she's going to end up probably submitting her. But it is a test, because if she can't get it to the ground early, there could be an issue here. But I think the price is fine at 9,100. I don't like the Vegas odds. What's up, big dog?
Come here. What's up? How you feeling, man? You feel you still sick? This is Brick. Say what's up, Brick. Say hi.
Hi.
All right, Brixton's here, our special guest picker. Is it going to be Mackenzie Dern or Yan Xiaonan? Who's going to win?
Yan Xiaonan.
Oh, no! He goes against the
Dog pick of the week.
Watch him win. But Brixton's dog pick of the week.
Brixton's dog pick of the week, Yan Xiaonan.
So
if Yan Xiaonan wins, Brixton, okay, you're going to get $10.
Yo, he still owes you fucking money. Don't listen to this guy.
I owe you money?
Mike yelling
I owe you
cursing
money?
at the child.
How much I owe you?
More than 1,000, 10,000.
I owe you $10,000? From what?
Because when I was 4 years old, over there.
The games.
The thing I got $150 and you didn't even give me $1. Now you need to give me 10,000.
That interest.
Inflation.
Yes. All right. I got you. You got to put interest on it, okay? All right. So Yan Xiaonan's the pick.
Yeah.
All right, you got it, bro. You heard it right here.
Get away from me.
Thank you, Brixton.
So when you got a situation like this where it's really grappler versus striker, I mean, Xionan's going to have nothing for Dern on the ground, and I think if it stays on the feet for 15 minutes, Dern's going to have fucking issues. So this is going to be all predicated on, can Dern wrestle her way to the ground? If she does, she's going to submit her. If she doesn't, you're looking at a fucking dogfight. So, I mean, I'm going with Dern. I'm going to say Dern. I mean, no, I'm sorry. 25 minutes is a 5-round fight.
5-round fight.
So I think Dern's going to eventually get this fight to the ground at a decent time in the round, and I think she's going to submit her. So I'm going to go Mackenzie Dern by submission. I'm not crazy about the 2-1, over 2-1 odds, to be honest with you, because like I said, sometimes Dern comes out, she looks great. Sometimes Dern comes out, and she could be rattled.
If this goes to decisions, she's going to score like shit.
Yeah, because that means she didn't get it to the ground.
And she's not a high volume striker.
No, I told you, she's a cannon. She just she'll lunge forward and she'll throw. She's gotten a lot better, but her striking has gotten better than her wrestling. She had that's the last thing which is odd because her specialty is grappling. She should have been really concentrating on wrestling, but I think she's just improving. I think she's getting older, she's getting wiser, she's getting more mature, and I think she wins this fight by submission. I think 9,100 is going to be. I wouldn't say it's going to be chalk. I don't think there's a lot of Mackenzie Dern believers out there, but I'm actually fine with the price at 9,100 because I do think she's going to finish her.
All right. Yeah, you heard it right there. Minus 225.
I don't like the price.
I think you would like more like minus 170 on this, right?
Yeah, if it was under 2-1, I'd be more comfortable. She's fine for if you guys want to lock her into a couple parlays, but to do over 2-1 on straight, I tend to stay away from that because, like I said, at the end of the day, a fight's a fight.
I don't like it either. All right, next fight on the card, Randy Rude Boy Brown coming in at a sizable minus 320 favorite against Francisco Old Man Trinaldo. One of the toughest outs in the UFC, no matter who you are, no matter what age you are. This is the old man, the ageless, 44 years old. But, dude, this guy's as tough as they fucking come, man. He's just, I hate picking against this fucking guy, bro.
Me too.
Because, like,
I pick against him a lot.
All the time. But you know what?
All the time.
Bush ain't picking against him this time.
All the time, he says.
All the time.
When did I pick against him all the time?
All right? Trinaldo is Bush's dog pick of the week. He gets it done again. The old man comes through. You heard it right here,
This
Quan.
is early in the show.
Plus 265 dog right here. Old man Trinaldo.
Is this just a gut feeling?
This is straight up gut, and I'm not picking against him no more because every fucking time I do, I get severely disappointed. And he's always a big dog, too. He's never like a small dog. He's always a big dog. I'm not fucking picking against him, Madlab. Don't even try to talk to me.
I'm not talking.
Okay? So Rude Boy goes down.
All right, so here's my take on this fight. He is right about one thing. This fucking dude is 44 years old, and he is so overlooked when you talk about aging fighters. Like, you think you talk about Jimmy Miller, you talk about all these guys that are aging. This dude is 44 years old, and this guy continues to kind of shit on the UFC. Because UFC, at the end of the day...
They're trying to get him out.
They're trying to utilize him as, like...
A stepping stone.
Yeah, Mazrim Duba. Wow, you beat Mazrim Duba because he's solid. But, bro, like... He's beating prospects. He's not beating old. They're not giving him old men.
And they're giving him tough fights.
Yeah, Roberts. He beat Roberts. He beat Grant. Okay, he lost to Salikov. He beat Herbert. He beat McDessie. Like, this guy I call it the Trinaldo effect. This guy, that's what I call it.
That's a good.
Yeah, he literally just comes in. There's nothing special about his style. He's not like this crazy grappler that's got these nutty fucking ways about him. He just moves forward, and it's like, He's fucking ageless, dude.
Ageless.
And nobody talks about it.
Nobody talks.
Do you notice that?
I know. It's crazy.
Jimmy Miller, the fucking ageless wonder, and this one. Look at fucking Andrei Arlovsky still doing it. This dude's 44 years old, and I hate to tell you, I think he's probably like 48.
I want to see his documents.
Yeah, I want to see this dude's documents.
He's got that El Duque in him, bro. You don't know how old he is.
But here's the thing with him,
El Duque.
and this is why I'm picking him against him. I used to call when I called fights for Ring of Combat. The guy sitting next to me was one of his head coaches,
Randy Brown.
Yeah, and he used to tell me all the time. He used to say, "Talk this kid up all the time, Randy Brown, Randy Brown, Randy Brown." And I knew who he was, but it was like, okay, you would say that about me, I would say that about you, we would say that about Quan. And when he first came to the UFC, I saw things that I liked about him, but almost like Mackenzie Dern, like he would win fights. I'd be like, okay, it was good. He's like really coming into his own now, bro. Like his last 3 fights, the only thing I don't like about him is he's feeling himself a little bit too much. He'll showboat. Remember when he was showboating against Cass Williams?
Yep.
He'll showboat against
Was that his last fight? The
Yeah,
Cass Williams fight?
yeah, and he won by decision. So he got a sub and 2 decisions in his last 3 fights, but he's winning. But he's like coming into his own now. He's like starting to feel himself. Maybe a little bit too much, and against Masvidal Duba, that's dangerous. But you also got to remember, like, you're looking at a guy in Masvidal Duba who does not have this specialty behind him. He literally just wants to move forward, and he wants to kind of break you. Randy Brown's going to have an 8-inch reach advantage here, dude.
But, Mike, I don't think that Trinaldo's going to let him use his range. He's that dirty, that fucking Clay Guida kind of... Like, he finds a way.
Here's the thing.
He just finds a way to disrupt what you want to do.
Yeah, but you got Randy Brown, who in 15 fights, dude, he's got 6 knockouts and 5 submissions. The kid can grapple.
I know he can grapple.
And he's long. He's 6'3". He's got long legs. He could wrap you up.
There's just something about this old motherfucker, bro.
He's 12 years younger, bro.
It don't even matter. You could be 30 years younger. This fucking guy.
Listen, if he beats fucking Randy Brown, bro... If he beats fucking Randy Brown in this fight,
on it. I put a fucking.
I know
bet
you
on
did.
It.
He put it in early.
I went into Discord because I know Romans is all over. Like Romans is good at putting in early wagers early.
Yeah.
So I said to him,
he jumped in on Dern at like plus. I mean, I'm like plus. He jumped in on Dern, I think, because I put it in. I put two wagers in early. And he's like, I'm happy. No. Was it Dern or was it Davis? I think, no, it was Dern. He got her at like minus 160 or some shit.
Yeah.
But their lines might be different over there, too.
Well, I said to him, I said, Romans, I think the old man Trinaldo beats Randy Brown. He's like, brother, I plugged that 3 weeks ago already.
He did,
plus
right?
230. I'm like, you fuck. I'm like, from now on, tell me when you do
Yeah.
that shit. And I plugged it right there at plus 240.
I listen. This ain't a bias thing because obviously I know one of his coaches, from Budokan MMA in New York, but I just don't see it, bro. This fight I don't see. I could see him beating certain guys that he's beaten, dude. But when you get a guy that's 12 years younger than you, he's got an 8-inch reach advantage. He's well-rounded. He could grapple. He's coming into his own. If he beats
He's
fucking
supposed to
Randy
win.
Brown, who?
Randy Brown's supposed to win this
I don't
fight.
agree with the odds.
No. It's a little crazy.
That's
right?
a lot crazy.
Yeah.
That's a lot crazy.
Minus 320.
But I'm going to tell you right now, I would not be, and it's a tough task, but I would not be surprised if Brown finishes him. And bro, that's a tough order, dude. He's never been knocked out. I don't think he's never been knocked out.
I don't think he's knocked out a bull.
I don't think he's ever been knocked out. He's been submitted twice. I know that. Let me see.
Fucking old man Trinaldo.
Fucking guy, the 90-year-old fucking. Well, he probably fucking is on Geritol at night and he's still winning fights. He has never been knocked out. I was right. He's been submitted 3 times. He's never been knocked out, bro.
He's a tough out, bro. I could see him winning a dirty decision.
He just turned 44.
I could see him winning a dirty decision, bro.
Fucking crazy. He's younger than us.
He's younger than us.
And we're calling him Grandpa Moses.
We're calling him old man.
He's 1 year. He's 1 year older than us. 1 year younger than us.
All right,
all right.
I know you don't like the pricing. I know you don't like the DraftKings pricing either on this.
Well, here's the thing with the DraftKings
There's value
pricing.
on Trinaldo.
Here's the thing with the DraftKings pricing, bro. His last 2 fights were decisions. So you got 70, 77. He finished. He's not going to finish him in the first round. Now the pricing is not. You got to be careful with the pricing here. But I will say in a large field GPP, if you do believe that he has a shot to finish in Trinaldo,
submission,
Trinaldo's or knockouts, Trinaldo's wheels eventually, bro, are going to fall off. It's going to happen. It's just human nature. Eventually, there's going to be a time where he walks into the cage and you're like, that's what he should look like at this age.
Right.
So if you believe that this might be the fight, and I've been under the assumption that's been the fucking thing for the past 3 fights with this fucking guy, and it's just not the case, then you might want to take a flyer on fucking Randy Brown and see if he can cover that price because he's not going to be high owned. I'm going to tell you right now, Trinaldo's going to be one of those dogs that's going to get a lot of love, and he should because he's very hard to finish and he's sub 7,000. So you got a little bit of catnip on both sides. You got Randy Brown, who's going to be low owned, and there is a possibility he might be able to finish him. And then you got Trinaldo, that is a very live dog here at sub 7,000. So, but I would not go near this fight from a betting perspective.
All right, there you go. All right, next fight: Ronnie Barcelos versus Trevin Jones. I'm gonna speak about Barcelos here for a minute because I believe that Madlab jinxed this fucking guy. When he was 16-1. I remember Madlab, us being on the show, he's like, dude, Ronnie why does the UFC continue to overlook this guy? He's a fucking stud. He should be ranked higher. The UFC's constantly not giving him the fights that he deserves. And ever since Madlab said that, he's lost 2 in a row, and he's looked pretty fucking putrid doing it. All right? And almost shocking. So, he's a great, well-rounded fighter. I don't know what happened last time. He gassed out last fight. We were like, and we were on the wrong side of him twice in a row. We had a bet on him last time. We were fucking shocked how it ended up, right?
And he was one of the biggest favorites on the card.
Right. So, and I think he's way better than Trevin Jones. I don't like Trevin Jones. But looking at Barcelos' last 2 fights, especially looking at his last fight, why the fuck is he a minus 900 favorite? Why? I don't understand.
He's not a minus 900. You got the wrong fight.
Oh, then you put the wrong fight down here. You put him minus 900.
Oh, yeah, it's my fault.
Oh, this is Youssef.
Live.
This is
ref.
Youssef.
Youssef, yeah.
Okay, pull up the best
Yeah,
fight.
that's.
Live.
Pull up. Oh, it's right here. It's minus 175.
Hold on.
Oh, okay.
No, it's not. Hold on.
Present.
He fucked me up. I looked at it. I'm like, minus 900. How the fuck
Come
can that be
on.
possible?
Consummate professional on the
No,
left.
it's minus 225. It moved.
Okay, that makes more sense here. Okay, All
Which
right.
is you gonna go
I can
off?
deal with that. I still think that's even a little much.
No.
You know what I mean? You don't think so? Because you love this guy.
No, I'm going to tell you why. Go.
Anyway, I think he wins the fight He's a well-rounded guy.
You think Trevin Jones? No.
I just hope Barcelos comes out like the Barcelos before these last 2 fights, puts on a good performance of how he should. He's a great fucking fighter. He's actually a great fighter to watch, too. He's very well-rounded. He's fucking slick. But he just looks so bad that I wonder if he fixed out those tank issues.
Yeah, I don't know. It's weird with him, bro. Like, he
should be a top 5 guy.
Well, here's the thing. This is the only thing I'm concerned with. You know, he is 35 now.
Yeah, I know.
You know, he is 35 years old now. Not that his better days are behind him, but this is a guy who works off a high motor, good pace, cardio. He's well-rounded. He can wrestle. He can strike. You know, so when you're getting to that age, if you like lean on your power and certain attributes, it's the last thing to go. Your game doesn't change that much. You know, but when you rely on pace, pressure, speed, conditioning, it's just facts. It's the law of nature, bro. You're eventually going to start dropping. So I don't know if this is a consistency thing. If this is after his Valiev fight, he kind of lost a little confidence going into the Henry fight. Now he's, the 2 fight. Now he's in a precarious situation here because the UFC likes him, but the UFC obviously don't have these robust plans for him.
Yeah.
You know, so you lose 3 now. Now you have to have the hard conversation, you know, in the office. And this is a fight that if he loses to Trevin Jones, who, by all means, his fucking record does not speak to the athlete that he is. I mean, he's 13-8. Like, if you look at that record, you're like, you know, but the dude is a good athlete. He's pretty well-rounded. He's actually a decent grappler. He's got good power, even though it hasn't really translated all that well. I mean, he's had his spots. But because he's so agile and he's so athletic, he finds his spots. But his problem is he can gas out. Like, he does lose steam. And once that table starts to shift, it starts to shift hard. Hani Barcelos is going to bring pressure. He's going to bring pace. He's going to bring, conditioning. And that's where I just think he runs through him. I honestly think Barcelos is going to finish him here.
I hope so.
You know, I think he's going to finish him here.
I like him.
And I think this is a fight where you're going to see like a shade of the old Barcelos. Where you're going to hear the guys at the table going, this is fucking, this is the Barcelos we remember.
Now, let me ask you a question. Because the last 2 times that we were on Barcelos, we also were pretty high on him from a DFS perspective. He was right around this price both times to about 9,000, 9,100, right? And usually we put a nice hedge rate over there, a 5 or even a 6 sometimes because we're a believer in him. Are you a little gun shy?
Yeah, because
on the DFS because of that.
Yeah, because he's only covered his price in a decision 1 time. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. No, I got to take that back. He scored 59 in a loss. He scored 52 in a loss.
That's not bad for a loss.
So the guys, it just shows you he's bringing
active. He
had 134 significant strikes against Henry. So, he had 69 against Valiev, 1 takedown against Henry. His win against Taha as a decision, he scored 96. His win against Nurmagomedov, he scored 64. And then the rest of them that were finishes, 112, 113, 110. So the money's there. Like the price is there, the money's there to be made with him. But you got to hope that he comes out and he looks for a finish. And I don't think Trevin Jones is going to the cards with him. If Barcelos comes out and brings that pressure, I think he's going to break him in like the 3rd round or maybe even like in the 2nd round. And I think he finishes him. So I'll be playing him. I don't mind his Vegas price, and I don't mind his DraftKings price.
If he looks like shit, though, that's it. We're off from now on.
We might not
be 3 in a row.
He might be joining Aspen Ladd.
He might be joining Aspen Ladd, Tony Ferguson.
They cut Sarah McMahon, too.
Charles Rosa.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I got to look into that. I don't know if maybe she just said I'm done.
He goes in he's out of here.
Yeah, I don't know if that's her saying I'm done. Like, I don't want to do it no more. Because you got to remember, she's older, too.
Right?
Yeah. All right, last fight on the card. We're not going to cover the Yusuf Sadiqi card.
We'll cover it. Knockout.
Minus 900. Yusuf by knockout. He's fighting the debuting guy in Seamus, whatever his name is. All right, it's a tough guy, hits hard.
At first, when I saw Shane, I was like, Shane, I thought it was Seamus Marias. I thought they were bringing him back. I'm like, dude, that fucking dude is tough.
Yeah, no. Isn't he fight? Does that guy fight in 1 championship, isn't he?
Yeah, was it PFL he fought in?
I thought it was 1. Amazon Prime's making a big play on 1 championship now on Friday nights.
Bro, let me tell you something. This is driving me fucking nuts, though. You got fucking Thursday Night Football now going to platform. You got fucking one championship going to
money, man.
Like, I'm getting rid of YouTube TV. I was talking to Christian and Dario about it. Do you know you don't need it? You said I needed it. I don't need it.
You don't need it to watch college football, Channel 2, 4,
No,
5,
you don't need it.
Big Ten Network, SEC Network.
Tell me, 'cause I got YouTube
all the
TV.
college.
You don't need it.
No, for college.
I listen to your
What's
sons
the
over you.
workaround?
No, my sons don't watch fucking sports.
Yes, they
bro.
do.
No, they don't.
Christian and Dario told me you can
I
get
wish
it.
they watched sports.
Christian and Dario said the NFL Red Zone, you can get it as an app.
You could buy it and pay
It's
for
like
it, sure.
$60 too.
Yeah.
What?
No, not a month though. It's like $10 a month, I think, or something. $20 a month. But-
Whatever.
yeah, but still.
I spend $80 a month on YouTube TV. Then I pay for my internet that you obviously have to pay for. Then all your apps, Netflix, fucking Hulu.
We know. It
fucking
got worse.
Amazon.
I know.
So you're spending like $200 a month. I don't watch live TV anymore, bro. I watch all my games on ESPN app, on fucking all the fights. You got to pay for it anyway.
You know what happens?
No, he sounds
as
like
soon
right
as
now.
you cancel it, and then it's a Saturday, and you realize that you can't
need
watch
it.
something, and you fucking freak out.
What can I not watch?
2, 4, 5, 7,
What the
9.
fuck? What?
All football.
They fuck you with the cell phones, Leo.
They fuck you. They fuck you. They fuck you with the cell phones, Leo.
I'm officially Leo, by the way.
All right, let's go to the last fight of the card, and we'll wrap it up. We got Mike Davis. I know Mike's always been very high on Mike Davis. The guy's a tremendous boxer, and Mike always brings up the war with Yusuf Siddiqui, who's actually fighting on the card that we just talked about, ironically, but that was one of the best, fights. You want to watch somebody crack fucking leg kicks, watch that fight. Great. I like how you wrote here Yanez level of boxing because, Yanez is a great boxer. Love watching him fight, too. Borschev, he lost to Mark Diakase. That's the guy with the red fucking little frohawk, right?
The French-Canadian guy, yeah.
Yeah, you got the red little mohawk. I never liked him either that much. I like Mike Davis. I'm with you on Mike Davis here. I'm high on him on this fight. I like him in DK. I like him on a wagering perspective. I like Mike Davis.
He was the first guy that I pulled the trigger on in the bet pack, Mike Davis. And the reason why is if you guys haven't, a lot of guys haven't seen it. If you haven't seen the Contender Series fight versus Sadiq Youssef and Mike Davis, it was during the pandemic. Obviously, there was nobody there. Well, Contender Series, usually there's nobody there. I think it was Contender Series. And maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was just like a fight. I think it was Contender Series. But it was a fucking war. This is a fight that nobody talks about. I mean, you can hear how hard these guys were fucking hitting. To the point where Mike Davis went back to his corner, and you can hear his cornerman saying to him, I know he hits fucking hard. I know he hits hard. He was saying like this dude just crack. You could just hear like the fucking the bone cracking,
The thunder
with these guys. So if you guys haven't seen that fight, please go back and watch that fight because that's the fight that really made me appreciate Mike Davis. And this dude's got amazing boxing. He's very obviously very durable. He fought Jones. What's his name? The blonde kid that came out. Remember?
Mason Jones.
Mason Jones.
Yeah.
Everybody was on Mason Jones.
Yeah.
And I put a bet in on fucking Mike Davis because I said, this dude is not ready for fucking Mike Davis. People are sleeping on Mike Davis. So when you look at that fight and you say, okay, well, what kind of matchup would you want for Mike Davis? You would want a guy who's going to fucking, try to freeze him a little bit, go after his hips, feint some takedowns or try to get the takedown or put him on his back. Borschev is a really good fighter, but Borschev is also a fucking striker. And if Diakase beat Borschev, and Diakase is a very fast striker, a good striker, he's a dynamic striker, but Mike Davis is on a different level with boxing, dude. Like he's on a completely different level. I got to be honest with you. I thought that these odds can be a little bit more inflated. Now, mind you, Mike Davis has been.
Isn't Borschev a little late replacement too?
Yeah, it is,
right?
Yeah, it is a late replacement.
Yeah.
He is a late replacement. So, I don't know. Like, I could see Mike Davis being like a minus 220 here. I could be dead wrong. Borschev can come in. Maybe Mike Davis doesn't have a night. It happens. But as soon as I saw this fight sitting at where it was sitting at, it was the first bet I put in. So, I don't know if he finishes them, but I think you're just going to see a different level of striking. Mike Davis is really fucking underrated, dude. Like, really
How old is
fucking
he, Mike?
underrated. Mike Davis?
Yeah.
How old is Mike Davis? Let me see. That's a good question.
He's like 32, 33?
It's probably around that
Somewhere
age.
around there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, he's great to watch, too.
He is 29.
Oh, all right.
He's 29, so he's still young. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you look at his record, he's, 9-2. He's got 7 knockouts. The dude can fucking crack. The dude's got durability. He's never been knocked out. He got submitted by, this is what we're talking about, like with the matchup. He got submitted by Gilbert Burns.
Okay, well,
And he
fucking cry about.
Right, and he lost to Sadiq Youssef in the Contender Series fight, which was a fucking, bro.
That's it? Those are his only 2 blemishes on his record?
That's it. That's it.
Wow. That's actually, okay.
And, but he hasn't fought the greatest level of competition, but he beat Mason fucking Jones.
Yep, who's one of the highest prospects.
Yeah, and can crack.
And can crack.
And can fucking crack, dude.
Yep.
So, I don't know. I like him here, dude.
You like him all the way around? DFS, wagering?
I like him. Let me see.
8,600.
I like him all the way around.
Yeah, I thought you
I like him all the way
Me
around.
too. I like him all the way
his
around.
His decision against Mason Jones, 90. His win against Gifford, 134. And obviously his loss against Burns, he got submitted quick. He scored 6. So I like him all the way around, especially if you get a guy in Borschev who's going to bring it to him with striking. He's
Perfect matchup for him.
Perfect matchup for him. So
Love it. All right, awesome. Well, my dog pick of the week, old man Trinaldo. Let's bring on Showdown's dog pick of the week. All right, we're going to have a good night on Saturday night. We're going to slay these fucking bets. We're going to be posting screenshots all night at DraftKings. Come join us, the Madlab.
Anthony's cousin's fighting.
You all right?
It just hit. It's just like a compliment.
Anthony's fucking. Anthony's cousin's fighting on this card.
Who?
Guido Canetti.
That's my boy, Guido. Fuck that guy. I hate that guy.
Guido
It's going to be a
Canetti.
fun night of fights for the fight fans. Start early, 1 o'clock Pacific time. We'll see you on Saturday night.